Welcome to the Got Any Cows podcast. If you want to learn all you can about the beef cattle industry, this is the podcast for you. My name is Seth Christensen. My company has sent beef cattle genetics to 45 of the 50 states and 12 countries around the world. I've had the chance to learn from some of the best and brightest in the beef cattle industry, and I invite you to join me for those conversations here on the Got Any Cows podcast. Welcome. Appreciate you being here with me on another episode of the Got Any Cows podcast. If this is one of your first times joining us, and or if you've only ever listened before, I'd sure invite you to watch this podcast. Now, we go back and forth between doing episodes with guests and episodes with the cattle. And these episodes with the cattle, you can obviously get some benefit out of it just listening to the audio. I don't blame you at all if you do. I take in most of my podcasts just listening via audio. Podcasts while I drive is kind of my thing as far as when I listen. But I would absolutely recommend on this podcast, especially these podcasts with the cattle, that you watch these podcasts. There's video of these available at gotanycows.com, as well as on YouTube, as well as on Apple Podcasts. And if you watch these podcasts, you're going to get a chance to see the cattle that are sitting right behind me. This is as transparent a view as we can possibly give people of the cattle that are available for sale here at Christensen Genetics. And even if you're not in a position that you're looking to buy right this second, hopefully gives you an in-depth view on the cattle we have here, how we've bred them, why we've bred them, what they are, strengths and weaknesses of each animal, to where hopefully it's really educational, even if you don't make a purchase. But I would recommend that you watch. We run these auctions each month, and there's absolutely some buys to be had each time. I think it pays to be on the seats per se, as far as being there when these auctions close and watch, because you can absolutely make some great buys and get some of these things purchased for well less than they're worth. And I think that's a real opportunity that a guy shouldn't miss if you're sitting looking at building out your herd, or just adding Akaushi to your herd, or you know, just watching for a buy. There are buys in these auctions, and I'd encourage you to be present for that. But again, just watch. If you get a chance, watch this podcast and you'll get a chance to see these cattle. I mean, just as transparent as we can possibly present them. They are not sitting here. They're not staged in the sense of they've not been clipped, they've not been brushed, they've not been washed, they've not been, you know, there's nothing that you're seeing here other than exactly what you'd see if you were sitting shotgun in the pickup with me. So literally the camera right now is in the shotgun seat of the pickup. We're sitting out here just the same as if you came out and went on a live tour here at Christensen Genetics, which we always invite people to do, you know. Mark Ganskop from Florida made it out this last month, and appreciate him taking the time to be here. And Mark mentioned, he said, you know, you can't really appreciate that Kaedemaru cow, the Kaedemaru clone that we have here, for all of what she is until you see her in person and understand just how mellow that cow is, and understand just how massive that cow is, and just how unique that individual is. You can't beat seeing it in person. So, you know, please don't hesitate to come out and visit. We love having visitors here at the ranch. We're just 2 hours north of the Salt Lake City airport. Let me know when to expect you, and I'll have some Akaushi beef ready for you. And we'll look at some good cattle and eat some good steak. But short of being able to be here in person to see these cattle, this is as close as we can get. Is you're sitting as the camera right here, shotgun in the pickup, to look at the animals, understand what they are, get a feel for them. I'd invite you as well to subscribe at gotanycows.com. You'll get an email each time we release one of these podcasts, or each time we open an auction, which in this case is going to be this Thursday. The auction and the podcast are going to release at the same time this Thursday at 9 a.m. Every time we release the podcast first, people ask, well, when is the auction open? And every time we release the auction first, people say, well, I can't see the cattle on the podcast. So we're releasing them lined right up, side by side. People have gotten used to that. This basically functions like a video catalog is what this is. You know, a lot of people that are used to maybe more traditional auction formats, I've gotten a little bit of pushback from a couple of those folks saying, hey, how come we don't do it just the exact same way everyone else does? I'm like, well, it's really not a lot of what I do that I do the exact same way everyone else does it. There's not a print catalog for these auctions. They are online only auctions. There's not a video catalog for these auctions. The video catalog is right here, where you get to see the cattle and hear about the cattle side by side. So rather than just, now there are pictures published of these animals and or their parents, and, you know, sire, dam, offspring, siblings, all those things, and or a write-up as far as footnotes. But this is as in-depth a view I can give you as far as you're able to see the cattle right here in real time while you hear me talk about the cattle. So this function's kind of in place of seeing a picture and reading a footnote. We're seeing the cattle live, in person, and unadulterated, and hearing me talk them is basically what this is. So subscribe at gotanycows.com. You get an email each time we release a podcast or open an auction. So jumping into happenings around the ranch and just kind of filling you in on what all has happened in the last month since I've recorded one of these auction overview podcasts. First and foremost, we got a baby here. My son Landon Seth arrived on July 26th. Hats off, of course, to my wife Haley for delivering that baby. I mean, it's always just an incredible thing. I mean, ladies, period, are incredible, and my wife especially for tolerating me and my babies. But man alive, it is an incredible thing. You know, I mean, I every time that we leave the hospital with a baby, I'm like, it is just a miracle. You know, that those babies make it here and make it here alive and okay. And sure grateful for skilled folks there at the hospital where we delivered and here in Preston at the Franklin County Medical Center. That baby showed up and dropped to 55 on oxygen. So should be at 100, dropped way low. I mean, baby's going gray and blue level low, kind of high alert. Everybody jump in and get that baby on supplemental oxygen. But because we had good people there that knew what to do and the appropriate tools to take care of the problem, the baby's fine. He needed a little bit of supplemental oxygen and supplemental blood sugar right there. First, his blood sugar was low, so they just gave him a glucose drip for a couple of days there while we were first at the hospital. But I'm just so grateful for modern medicine, for the good team there at our local hospital and for all of what they did and all of what they've done for all of our babies. Always so grateful to get that baby here alive and well and okay. Grateful that Haley is okay. Of course, just love and admire her. And I mean, man alive, what a miracle that is to get a baby here. So got a baby here. Mom and baby are doing great. Also a shout out to Dalton Sorensen. Dalton's been here on the Got Any Cows podcast as a guest, and he comes and does our pictures of our cattle. And so we got some more cattle pictured within the last 30 days, some of which you're going to see on this auction. So really appreciate Dalton and his work. Does a wonderful job. Mentioned that Mark Ganscott visited and we harvested a Davy Crockett son. So that's a really fun, milestone here. So, I mean, that goes clear back to when I first started into Akaushi in 2018. Started with just a few embryos. And then that turned into the 919 donor, being born in 2019. And then her son, Davy Crockett, was born in 2021. And then Davy Crockett's son, in this case, this tag 4309 calf, was born in 2024. And then we just harvested him. And so really kind of a fun, full circle thing to see, hey, this was a son of Davy Crockett, actually out of a maternal sister to the Polled Hikari bull, which we're going to look at a son of him here today. The polled cattle do marble. I've had people question that or wonder, and that's a valid question. I mean, the polled purebred Akaushi are pretty new to the scene. It takes a lot of time to prove out these carcasses and get these carcasses on the rail. And I understand people saying, well, I haven't seen a carcass to say for sure the cattle do marble. So, I mean, that's a valid question. Maybe they don't. I can say with confidence, at least speaking for Davy Crockett, they do marble. I'll have Jacob throw in an image right here of that 4309 stake so you can take a look at it. These cattle do marble. This is a prime plus kind of a stake. Plenty of marbling. There's always going to be folks that say, well, we could marble more, but honestly, the only pushback I've ever had on Akaushi beef is too much marbling. So I would say this one just hits about spot on for me and for where I want to be. We want marbling that's above and beyond what anyone's ever had. We don't want to forget what's brought us to the dance as a Wagyu breed, as far as this being, just above and beyond carcass quality. But it doesn't need to be something that just drowns you, in fat and gets to be in kind of an off-putting flavor or texture. This is absolutely a steak. This is absolutely a quality cut of meat with a quality pile of marbling to it. very happy with how this steak from this Davy Crockett's son out of a maternal sister to Pulled Hikari turned out. So appreciate, Tad and Sheena Siemens over there at Tad's Custom Cuts. They fed that steer out and finished him out, and then harvested that steer, and appreciate them and their work. And anyway, the Pulled Cattle Do Marble. So we're going to jump into the auction. So the auction is open now. You can get straight to it at CG Auction, as in Christensen Genetics Auction.givesmart.com. And that's going to close on Wednesday, August 26th at 6 p.m. Mountain Time. We do include free delivery anywhere in the continental United States on any of these live lots. So bid with confidence. Don't worry about how are we going to ship them, or how are we going to get them there, or how are we going to go about getting this animal to you. It's included in the bid price on the live lots specifically. On the frozen lots, you want to budget about $150 is usually about what it takes to get any of these frozen lots, whether it's a whole pile of them, whole pile of embryos and or semen, or whether it's just a little bit. That's about what it's going to cost. Those will ship from Hoffman AI in Logan, Utah. Again, a very painless, simple, easy process. The shipping on the live cattle is included in the bid price. The shipping on the frozen genetics is not included. So it's to your advantage to buy more frozen genetics and have them share that shipping cost, as opposed to just buying one or two things. So jumping into what we're looking at right now, we're sitting right here by this first pen of live cattle. There are 3 females in here, and they're going to be 3 different ages of females. So you've got the female on the left is 3423. She's a 2023 model. Female in the middle is 4535. She's a 2024 model. And then female on the right is 2413J. I want to say that's going to be a 2022. I'd have to fact check myself. You can pull up her registration link right there in the auction. But looking at these 3 females, unfair to them a little bit in the sense that we've got different ages penned side by side, but it does give you a good metric, as you're sitting there looking at them. You've got a standard for comparison of some different animals at some different ages, but all 3 females there. The female in the middle of the 3, 4535, is lot 1 in this auction. So that's going to be a direct Kaedemaru daughter. The Kaedemaru cow is just absolutely awesome. Ask Mark Ganskop that was just here looking at her. Ask anyone that's made it here in person, or better yet, come out and take a look at her yourself in person. The Kaedemaru cow, so this is a clone of the original Kaedemaru. I've had people be worried that I'm trying to say she's the original. She's not. She's a clone. She has the same name. I don't always spell out the entire registered name. I apologize for anyone that offends. But STG Kaedemaru 001D is the dam of lot 1 here, which would be the cow right in the middle, 4535 there. Looking at that female, the opportunity there, we just don't sell a lot of these Kaedemaru daughters. Now, frankly, I wouldn't mind if my whole herd was all Kaedemaru daughters, because they're awesome. I mean, the Kaedemaru cow is incredibly unique from a pedigree standpoint. So she's a direct daughter of Daiten Mitsumaru, so same bull that sired Big Al, Hikari. The bull never left Japan. He was the very front edge of the testing in Japan. Incredibly unique pedigree. You can't buy semen on that bull. So unique from a pedigree standpoint, unique from a docility standpoint. The Kaedemaru clone is super mellow, super easy to be around, great mannered cow, incredibly unique from a muscle standpoint. Like Mark mentioned, you got to see this cow to appreciate her. You can look back through some of our previous auction overview podcasts and have a chance to see her on video, but I mean, just incredibly thick, stout. I might even have Jacob throw in a real quick video of her right here, just a little clip of this 001D, of the Kaedemaru 001D. I mean, this cow is super, super neat. I wouldn't mind if all of my herd was just daughters of this cow. So we don't sell very many of these. A full sister to this bred heifer here brought $30,000 as a weanling heifer calf. So a lot of value here, proven value here. Benchmark, sale price there. And looking at this female, you're getting 2 for 1 because she's carrying a Red Galaxy heifer calf. So you're getting the heifer that you're seeing here, that's right in the middle. So now she's kind of coming out to the front, coming out in front of the other animals there. She'd be kind of on the right. Her head's pointing to the right there. That's 45-35. Her head's turning around towards us a little bit. But the near cow in the frame continues to be the near cow in the frame there. She'd be a bred heifer at this point in time. So she's carrying her first calf, but she's confirmed pregnant. She's confirmed pregnant with a heifer calf. So you are getting 2 females for the price of 1. And it's the female nearest the truck right now that we're looking at. She'd be on the right there. 45-35 is also sired by the Red Rum bull. So we're getting a really unique top side to this pedigree. Red Rum is a Judo son from the Naomi maternal line. So Judo was a 1976 era import. So rare and valuable semen there that is sold for up to $10,000 a straw. And then the Naomi maternal line, a lot less broadly distributed than some of the other maternal lines. So again, on both top and bottom side of that pedigree for Red Rum, there's outcross value there, in addition to the outcross value from Kaedemaru. And that docility, muscle, marbling. Kaedemaru is the highest marbling Akaushi cow we have ever scanned. So if you are looking for maximum marbling, she's got it. The longevity's there. I mean, looking at the Kaedemaru 001D, that cow is 10 years old, nearly 10 years old. I should say about to turn 10. Still doing great, nursing another natural calf right now, actively making embryos. The value is there. You know, heifer pregnancies from Kaedemaru 001D have been between 26 and 30,000 when offered in the Akaushi Association convention sale. A full sister to this bred heifer brought 30,000. I mean, a lot of value here, a lot of opportunity here. If you're looking for the kind of cow that you can really build around, look at lot 1, this Red Rum over Kaedemaru heifer, who is confirmed pregnant with a heifer calf, due for January 18th, sired by Red Galaxy. That's lot 1, 45-35. That is the nearest cow to the truck right now. Take a good hard look at that bred heifer. You know, that's the kind of cow to not let get past you. We do not sell very many of those. Don't expect there to be another one next month, because there won't be. Don't expect there to be another one this year, because there won't be. Don't expect us to be selling a whole bunch of this Kaedemaru stuff, because I won't. I have no problem whatsoever just keeping pretty well all of them. You know, this is a rare and valuable offering here. Do not sleep on lot 1. If you've got a chance to, I'd hop on right now. Now, if you're driving, wait till you get where you're going. But if you've got a chance to, hop on cgauction.givesmart.com, bid on lot 1. You won't be sad you did. Now, the other animals that are in the pen here that we're looking at right now, we're going to look at the female on the back of those 3 right there. She's just flicking her tag for us, 2413J. So she'd be on the far left of those animals that we're looking at right now. She's just turning and looking at the truck. Sitting there posed up pretty with the river behind her, the mountains behind her. I mean, that view never gets old. It still excites me every time I look at it. So fortunate to be here in this beautiful corner of God's creation. No Photoshop needed. That is quite a view. But that 2413J female on the far left there, that is going to be a Hiromitsu daughter. Out of a full sister to Phoenix. So Phoenix being a big owl over Dinine Kobai. So really unique pedigree there. And what we're offering on her in lot 9 is an IVF aspiration. So an IVF aspiration means that you select the sire that we will use on that female to make a set of embryos. And we will guarantee that you get at least 3 female sexed embryos, or at least 5 conventional embryos, so there's no bottom side risk, and we will give you all the upside potential. It doesn't matter if she makes 10, 15, 20 embryos, you get them all. And we have had people get 10, 15, 20 embryos off buying these aspirations. I think sometimes these lots get overlooked because people don't understand what an IVF aspiration is. But these can easily be the buy of the sale. This is the cow nearest the truck right now, so I'm looking over at her again. She's giving us a really good pose there, really good look there right now. You can see this is a strong-topped female, a deep-flanked female, a well-mannered female, an impressive animal on the hoof. And the thing I love about this cow, we were just talking about Kaedemaru. This cow is sired by Hiromitsu, who's a double-bred Kaedemaru, so you're getting 2 shots of that good Kaedemaru blood on the top side of this pedigree. And then you're getting the outcross value. We talked about the importance of the outcross. There were only 13 of these animals to ever leave, 13 females, 6 bulls to ever leave Japan. Total, end of story. Japan's declared them a national treasure. We're not getting any more out of there. So you need to have access to all of these maternal lines and all of these paternal lines if you want to have room to work genetically and not end up just inbred up the wazoo. This 2413J cow does that as well as any in the breed, being a direct daughter of a full sister to Phoenix. So you're bringing that Kobai maternal line right to the front of the pedigree. This is one of the least broadly distributed maternal lines in the breed would be Kobai. You will find a lot of other maternal lines to be much more common than what the Kobais are. And so if you're looking for something that brings Kaedemaru blood in, you're looking for something that brings Kobai in, and you're looking for something that you could really get a buy on, and you get to choose the sire. You can put whatever bull use whatever bull you want on this IVF aspiration. And we will protect you on the bottom side, and you've got all the upside potential. So a lot of opportunity. Don't pass up. That'd be lot 9, the 2413J aspiration. And the other female that's going to be on the far right of these 3, as we're looking at them right now, sitting here looking out over the pen here, the far right of those 3 is going to be the 3423 female. And we're offering an IVF aspiration on her as well. So 3423 on the far right there, that's a direct Master Chef daughter. So Master Chef, for anyone that's not familiar, Master Chef is going to be an Ume grandson. So again, we talk about bringing in these rare and valuable maternal lines that we need for genetic breadth, so we don't end up painted into a corner with not having enough diversity in the pedigrees of these cattle. So you bring Ume right to the front of the pedigree. In addition to that, the Master Chef bull is a really high performance bull, well over 700 pounds at weaning, a lot of gainability there, a lot of frame there, a lot of gas, a lot of performance. If you're looking for something that'll gain quickly and bring an outcross pedigree, Master Chef's a great option. Master Chef's also very valuable semen. Sold north of $5,000 before. And it's hard to get a hold of. You just can't buy it every day. So if you're looking for a female that can bring in a really unique pedigree there, and it's unique straight through. I mean, this female is going to be Master Chef over Big Al, over Shigemaru, over Tamamaru, over Akiko. So a straight foundation bred pedigree. All of the bulls in that pedigree are going to be rare and valuable semen. All of those are original imports. And this female is American Wagyu Association registered. And so if you're looking for a female that's going to maintain triple registrability, meaning the American Wagyu Association papers there can be transferred, and or you can register anything that's registered in the American Wagyu Association can be registered at the Australian Wagyu Association and or the American Akaushi Association. The inverse is not true. So if you have an animal that is Akaushi Association specific, they are going to stay Akaushi Association specific. Whereas if you have one like 3423 here, so she'd be the far female from the truck right now on the far right side, but even as she sits, you can see that hip there, you can see that frame, that muscle, that performance and gainability I was talking about with these Master Chef cattle. If you're looking at that female and you're looking to maintain the option to register in the American Wagyu Association, as well as the other 2 associations, that female has that option for you, brings in a rare and valuable sire line. And again, I really think there's an opportunity to get a buy here. You know, these aspirations, I think, again, just for maybe people not quite grasping what they could get. I mean, if you walk away with 10, 15, 20 embryos, and there's times these aspirations might only cost you $1 or $2 grand, maybe 4, and now you're getting 10, 15, 20 embryos at a bare minimum 5. We'll guarantee you 5. If you use conventional semen, we'll guarantee at least 3. If you use female sexed semen, with the goal being you get at least 1 heifer calf. But at any of those figures, 1,000, 2,000, 4,000, off of these big time donors from the sire of your choice, and you're only into them a few $1,000, I would sure look at things like that. And without further ado, we are going to jump up to video pen 2. So the bull that we're looking at now is lot 2, and lot 2 is going to be the 3408 bull. This bull's big time. Take a look at the video here. Take a look at what we're seeing on the bull here. This bull is a direct son of the $500,000 JC Rueshaw 75. Bull brought $250,000 for the bull and another $250,000 for the semen inventory. That semen's not available on the open market. This lot 2, this bull's dam, is the $300,000 producer, 919. That female has done $300,000 in direct progeny sales for us here at Christensen Genetics, and that's not counting all of what her sons and daughters have gone on to do for us. This bull lot 2 that you're looking at right now is also a full brother to the $2,300 a straw Atreides, who weaned at 732 pounds, as well as a full brother to the AI stud bull Spectrum. The 3417 bull, or I should say steer, which is the carcass you're looking at here, the steak you're looking at here, is a full brother to this lot 2, in addition to being a full brother to Spectrum and to Atreides. This bull is ready to breed. He's sitting there weighing about 1,500 pounds. He has a fresh trick test. He has a fresh semen test. He comes with free delivery anywhere in the continental United States included. There is nothing missing on a bull like this. A bull like this has the pedigree behind him. A bull like this has the carcass proof behind him. A bull like this has the growth behind him. A bull like this is ready to breed right away. There's just nothing missing on a bull like this. We're not going to be offering another big mature bull like this in the immediate future. This isn't the kind of bull you want to pass on. I can't just make another one of these appear out of thin air. Like, that is a years-long process to get a sire that valuable over a donor that valuable, calve out a set of flush brothers, have 2 of them make the stud pen, finish out a full brother, prove out the carcass, have this one ready to breed, free delivery anywhere in the continental U.S. included. There have been buys to be had on these bulls. I think people overlook the opportunity that comes with breeding a bull like this. You know, I was just reviewing the podcast we're going to be releasing in a couple of weeks here of my conversation with Tim Stallings, and he talked about one Akaushi bull being the difference between 19% prime and 55% prime, even just crossing over Angus cows. So this is definitely an opportunity I would not pass on. I wouldn't miss out on a bull like this. There's just a lot of value there. Don't miss out. A lot of what we sell is going to be more so bull calves or young bulls or bulls that have development ahead of them. This bull, all the work has been done. All the development has been done. All the proof has been done. You know what you're getting. Do not miss out. Don't skip on buying lot 2, CGX Rueshaw 3408L. Now, the other bull in the pen that's just coming up to see us now, the near bull, so kind of be the yellowish bull, is a year younger, so not a truly fair shot here, but we'll have Jacob kind of follow that bull as he comes across here. This is PhD. So while I may only hold a BS in economics, I do also have a PhD. So this PhD, but now look at that. That is a fantastic angle. Really glad I've got Jacob sitting here with me. I mean, you just could not paint a prettier picture than that. That bull's posed up. That bull's angled right. That bull's sitting there with the, had the river and mountains behind him. I mean, just a gorgeous shot of that PhD bull, which would be the near bull in the frame right now. That's just going to be a fall of 2024 bull, so not even quite 2 years old. This auction, lot 20, is going to be the initial release of semen on PhD. So PhD is homozygous polled. PhD is an outcross. He's a son of polled Hikari on the top side of that pedigree. PhD is a calving bull, so 67-pound actual birth weight. The polled Hikari bull, his sire, very proven calving bull. We've gotten lots of calves in the 60s, at most low 70s kind of a deal there. Very proven calving. We've never had to assist a polled Hikari calf. There's also female sexed semen available on this PhD bull, so if you so choose, you do have the option to upgrade. The bid price is for conventional semen. If you'd rather substitute sexed semen, it's another $500 a straw. It is a 1-straw lot here with the intent for people to be able to use it in an IVF setting. I'm going to have Jacob throw in a picture here of that 4309 carcass. So this 4309 steak, I talked about this a little earlier, but this steak would be from a steer that was sired by Davy Crockett and is out of a maternal sister to polled Hikari. So when we look at this steak that we're looking at right now, this steak image that Jacob's got in the video for 4309, we are looking at the mother of PhD as a full sister to Davy Crockett, and then the sire to PhD is polled Hikari. And so what we're looking at is basically 3/4 of the pedigree is exact same. It's just inverted. You're looking at a full sister to Davy Crockett as one parent rather than Davy Crockett as one parent. And we're looking at polled Hikari as the other parent rather than a maternal sister to polled Hikari as the other parent. So very similarly bred carcass. So we have confidence in the carcass quality. This is the initial release, so no one else has this semen. This bull's homozygous polled, meaning you are never going to get horns on one of these calves. It wouldn't matter if you bred them to a Texas Longhorn. There will not be horns. So you will not get a horn calf. There's a lot of outcross value here. So, you're looking at the polled Akaushi gene pool is really narrow. There's not that many options to breed to in the polled Hikari or in the polled Akaushi marketplace. Polled Hikari is a significant outcross. He would be the only polled purebred son of the original import Hikari in the Akaushi Association database. And he comes from an outcross cow in the 6306B cow. Proven calving ease. Again, the polled Akaushi cattle in a lot of cases have quite a little bit of birth weight. Whereas in this case, we're looking at a 67-pound birth weight from a proven calving ease sire. Female sex semen's available. If you don't want bull calves, that's totally fine. $500 over the bid price gets you a female sexed straw rather than a conventional straw. And we've got proven carcass quality here. So this is as exciting a bull as we've released in a long time. We are going to be using PhD extensively here. This is a bull that I don't hesitate to recommend and give my highest level of endorsement to. This bull is going to knock the horns off. He's going to give you an outcross. He's going to give you calving ease. He can give you heifers only if you want it. And there's a proven carcass quality from a very similarly bred steer that we showed you the image of there. So that's lot 20, the initial release of semen from the PhD bull. And without further ado, we're going to jump up to video pen 3. So we're looking right now at lot 3. This would be the CGX Guapo 5611 bull. This is a polled Akaushi bull. So if you were looking for all the good of Akaushi with none of the horns, this is your guy. This is the only polled purebred Akaushi bull that you can buy the bull himself in this sale. So the bull on the far left, deep red individual, he's coming across there. Thick, stout, impressive individual. This is going to be a direct Guapo son. The Guapo bull probably took the most impressive picture we've ever taken of an Akaushi bull to date. I'll have Jacob throw in an image of him right here just so we can take a look at the sire and see that CG Guapo 3352 polled. That bull is thick, stout, impressive, dog gentle kind of a bull, and he's going to take the horns off every time. So looking back at this son, 5611, which would be this dark red individual, far left of these three in this pen that we're sitting next to right now, this 5611 bull is going to be a Guapo son out of polled Queen 88. So he's actually going to be a maternal brother to the PhD bull that we just barely took video of. The PhD bull is a polled Hikari over polled Queen 88. This bull, 5611, the far left dark red bull here, is going to be a Guapo over 88. So the thing that you're going to see here, this bull's got docility. So if you're looking to mellow out Akaushi, Akaushi as a breed, the disposition can leave something to be desired. You don't want to buy just any Akaushi, but we do absolutely make it a priority here to have as good a mannered Akaushi here as you will find anywhere. I just had a client reach out, Ryan Schrupp. I'll even just read you real quick what Ryan said. I appreciate him reaching out just this evening. He said to me, just wanted to say it sure is nice having a bull that doesn't act like I'm his enemy. Nice and calm. Thank you and great work. Very happy with him. And that's what we love to hear. Thank you, Ryan, for reaching out. I appreciate that. That's the kind of bull that we send out. That's the kind of bull we breed here. That's the kind of bull we sell here. That is the kind of animal we want to send into your herd, is animals that can bring all the good of Akaushi without that sometimes problematic attitude. I wouldn't say that you can go just anywhere and buy just any Akaushi and have the attitude turn out great. But I can tell you that it is priority one in our breeding here that these cattle be better mannered than the average Akaushi. And so if you want better mannered cattle than the average Akaushi, I'd sure recommend you buy them here. This lot 3 bull, 5611, being a Guapo son. The Guapo bull himself is super mellow mannered. This bull's just like him. 5611 is going to be real easy to get along with. Fast gaining kind of a bull, just like his sire. Thick, stout, impressive. His mother is a full sister to Davy Crockett, who sired 4309. So again, to show a quick picture of that 4309 carcass, 4309 steak, to give you a feel for if you get this bull, you're going to get docility, you're going to get gainability, you're going to knock the horns off, and you've got proven carcass quality on this steer who was sired by Davy Crockett, who is a full brother to the dam of 5611 here. Looking at these other two individuals that are in the pen, the bull that is nearest us right now. So we're going to jump to him. He'd be the yellow bull of these three, the nearest to the truck of the three. He'd be the far left bull of the three. That is going to be the 5522 bull. 5522 is lot 4 in this sale. And he is going to be a Kaedemaru grandson via the $7,500 a straw Umemaru. So Umemaru is a son of the original Kaedemaru, the cow that our Kaedemaru cow is cloned from. The Umemaru bull, the semen is sold for up to $7,500 a straw, and we put him over top of a daughter of the 919 cow that I've mentioned. Did $300,000 in direct progeny sales for us. 5522, again, going to be the far right bull here, the yellow bull, the bull kind of looking at the truck right now. This bull does have a left eye that's bugging him a little bit today. He's got a little bit of irritation going on in that eye. We will guarantee that to recover. That bull has been treated just today for having a little bit of irritation in that eye. That will be cleared up. We will absolutely make certain that is taken care of. If not, he will be replaced with a full brother that will meet or exceed the quality of this bull. We will guarantee that eye to be good. So looking at that 5522, Umemaru over International over 919. This bull is an AWA full blood. So like I've talked about, those American Wagyu Association papers can be transferred to, or I shouldn't say transferred to, but an American Wagyu Association registered animal can be registered in the American Akaushi Association and or the Australian Wagyu Association. So if you're looking for an AWA papered full blood bull, this is your bull in this sale. Lot 4. He's a Kaedemaru grandson. He's a 919 grandson. We got all the carcass proof in the world on these cattle. We got all the docility proof in the world on these cattle. He's an AWA full blood, 5522, lot 4. Now, looking at this is going to be the steer that's kind of in that back corner there. He's not giving us a great look at him right this second. But the 5582 steer, this is going to be lot 7. Lot 7 is sired by Viral, and his dam is our KHR Ms. Hotaru D40 donor. I'm going to have Jacob throw back in that 3417 steak image here. This is a picture of a steak from our last full-blood steer we harvested. As long as you harvest this steer at least 1,500 pounds live weight before you harvest him, this is the kind of quality you ought to see. Don't waste your time and feed on something else. Buying the calf is the cheap part. It is the time, the feed, the effort. You don't want to put that into something that might not yield an absolutely stellar carcass. So if you're looking for a way to fast track straight to fantastic quality Akaushi beef at a reasonable price point, take a look at this steer. He's on the far right of these three right now, 5582. Take a look at that carcass picture from 3417, our last full blood. Plan to feed this steer probably about a year is what it'd take to get him from here on up to 1,500 pounds live weight, ready to harvest. And this calf is DNA verified. He's American Wagyu Association registered. All the bells, all the whistles. If you want a steer you know is going to give you fantastic quality beef, take a hard look at 5582, the Viral over D40 steer selling as lot 7. Comes with free delivery anywhere in the continental United States included. All right, take a look at this bull here. This bull on the left, 5508. We've got the camera on him right now. I love this bull. Thick, stout, impressive bull. I've been kind of watching this bull all the way from the other pens. The bull on the left here is going to be a Commerce over 980 is his dam. Man, I really like this bull. 5508 is going to sell in this auction as lot 6. Just a super good looking bull. This bull has always been a standout in the calf crop. I mean, if you go out and walk the bulls and you're just looking through the bulls and you're looking for one to be impressed by, I mean, look at that guy on the left. Like, he's pointed at us right now. He's giving us that good look. Focusing in right on him. Strong topped kind of a bull, deep sided kind of a bull. thick, stout, impressive kind of an individual. 5508 has always been a standout. I mean, if you wanted a bull that just is going to look good, plain and simple, the bull looks good. This is 5508, going to be lot 6. His daddy, the Commerce Bull, was my favorite bull at ST Genetics in Tiffin, Ohio in fall of 2022. Commerce put up some huge ratios against stiff competition at Keneally's in Nebraska. Did a 123 weaning weight ratio, so 23% above the average calf for weaning weight. 125 yearling weight ratio, so 25% above the average calf there for yearling weight. And a 185 IMF ratio, so 85% above the average calf there for marbling against stiff competition in a big, well-respected herd. And then the bottom side of this pedigree is every bit as awesome. This 5508 looks as good as he does for a reason. You know, the dam behind him is a huge part of what I love about this bull. I mean, super, super good looking kind of a cow. The cows behind her, incredible females. This bull's grand dam left as a 10-year-old cow. This bull's great grand dam left here as a 12-year-old cow, both left as bred females, as bred cows. Just continue to be productive, continue to look the part. This bull, the 5508 bull, lot 6, is also in the top 30% of the Angus breed for calving ease. So if you were looking for a bull that you could use on heifers that is going to look the part, that is going to leave beautiful daughters, 5508's your guy. Whereas 5503, jumping over to him, and looking at that bull, you can see just looking at this bull right here in the pen, the 5503 bull, big, framey, stretchy, high performance kind of a deal. If we're going for max gainability, max number of pounds to sell, 5503 is going to be the play. I would look at these two as basically, they're brothers, they're both Commerce bulls, but the lot 5 Commerce bull is going to be more of a terminal application as far as just straight gain, straight pounds. I mean, this bull's top 1%, way in the top 1% of the Angus breed for weaning weight at 111, way into the top 1% of the Angus breed for yearling weight at 192. If you're just looking for max pounds to sell, this is your guy. So lot 5 is going to be more of the terminal approach, whereas lot 6 would be more of the bull that I'd say, hey, go ahead and hold daughters from this bull. So if you're saying, hey, I want to just breed cows, sell all the calves, sell as many pounds of calf as I possibly can, I'm going to recommend lot 5. If you're saying, hey, I want to hold daughters, and I'm looking for something that's going to make beautiful cows that last a long time, I'm going to have you jump over to lot 6 and look at that 5508. But both Commerce bulls, both come with free delivery anywhere in the continental United States included. Both are Angus GS tested. Both have a great EPD profile. A lot of good to both bulls. Just basically one terminal and one maternal in application. And that is going to wrap up the animals that we're going to video. All right, so I wanted to jump into some of these embryo highlights in this sale as well. We have not done a ton of embryos and semen in our last handful of sales. Been kind of just getting caught up on inventory, getting everything up to date and making sure it's all accurate, making sure it's all sharp. And we have got some really, really good, really, really unique, really, really exciting stuff to offer in both the embryo and semen lots in this sale. I would not overlook what is going on the frozen genetics side of this sale. Go to that cgauction.givesmart.com and you can take a look at all of these lots. I'm going to highlight just a few highlight lots, but look at all of them. I mean, there's a pile of embryo and semen lots in this sale. I believe it's a 55 lot sale. I'd have to double check myself there quick. The first 9 is what we've been looking at and talking about with the live cattle. The other 46 or so are frozen lots. So take a good look at them. Lot 10 is going to be Rueshaw over 1270Z embryos. Rueshaw is sold for up to $22,000 for a single straw semen. He's the only national champion to have ever left Japan. Very little of this semen left. This bull is 1976 import. And then the dam of these embryos is the closest living maternal descendant or closest living descendant period of the original import Hitomi in the entire American Wagyu Association database. And I mean, better yet, this 1270Z, I'm going to have Jacob throw in a quick picture here. I mean, this cow, we just took a fresh picture of her as a 14-year-old cow. She is AI bred again. So, I mean, you talk about longevity, you talk about stayability, the ability to continue to generate calves and offspring at an advanced age. these animals are going to last for you. So that Rueshaw 1270Z, incredibly unique pedigree, very expensive semen over a very valuable cow that has continued in production for a long time and just continues to do well. So that's what you're going to see in lot 10. Lot 11 is going to be Umemaru semen. That's that Kaedemaru son that I've mentioned. Out of the Kaedemaru son that sold up to $7,500 a straw. And these embryos are going to be out of the 050L donor, who is a direct daughter of the D18 donor, who sold for $104,000. So looking at that cross, again, a ton of value there in Umemaru over 050L in lot 11. Lot 12 is going to be the Master Chef bull that I've mentioned, an Ume grandson. So semen sells for up to $5,250 a straw. Those embryos are from GK8, who's a female direct Rueshaw daughter from the Naomi maternal line. That cow, AI bred to female sexed semen at 12 years of age. So a lot of opportunity there in those lots. And then jumping over to the semen side of things, I'm going to have Jacob put in a picture here of the heavy duty bull. We just got a fresh picture done on the heavy duty bull. Lot 22 is semen from heavy duty. I mean, check out this picture. This bull is dog gentle, homozygous polled, weaned at 738 pounds. I mean, translated, this bull was heavier at 7 months old than a lot of these cattle would be at a year old. I mean, the bull flat gained, looks the part. His mother has done $100,000 in direct progeny sales at last tally. His grandmother has done $200,000 in direct progeny sales at last tally. Both of those cows have scanned Prime Plus on actual carcass ultrasound. So you're looking at a bull that's got all the pieces. I would just encourage people to not overlook heavy duty, single unit for IVF use here. If you're looking to take the horns off of a good full blood cow, look at heavy duty to get it done. Look at this picture. The disposition's right, the polled gene's right, the growth is right, the marbling is right, the pedigree is right, the marketability is right. Lot 22. There are 37 semen lots in this sale. Don't miss out on the huge selection. Go to cgauction.givesmart.com to check that out. And I would just invite you in closing to mark in your calendar Wednesday, August 26th at 6 p.m. Mountain Time. Refresh at closing. This is a horse race style finish. That translates to every time there is a bid on any lot in the sale, in the last 5 minutes, it will reset the shot clock to 5 minutes. So if there are no bids right at close, the auction closes at 6 p.m. Mountain Time. So 5 Pacific, 7 Central, 8 Eastern. But if there are any bids on any lots, it will continue to reset to that 5 minute mark. Do not assume that because it looks like that clock has run out, that the auction is over. Continually refresh your browser and that clock may have reset. It may look like it all went to zero and the auction's over and you thought you got something bought. Unless you see a little banner come across the corner of that lot that says closed or you won or you lost, the auction's not over. So please refresh. Make sure that the auction's actually closed before you leave. And make sure you have it in your calendar, Wednesday, August 26th, 6 p.m. Mountain Time. If you have any questions on any lots at all, feel free to call or text me at 208-589-9988. I'm happy to answer any questions you didn't get to here. Be sure to subscribe at gotanycows.com to get emails when we release podcasts and open auctions. And I'll catch you next time on the Got Any Cows podcast. Thanks for joining us for this episode of the Got Any Cows podcast. Be sure to subscribe, rate, and review wherever you get your podcasts. And visit us anytime at gotanycows.com.